You Are Rich, written and published by I Am Audiobooks. True wealth extends far beyond the confines of your bank account or the assets you possess. It's a multidimensional state of being that encompasses every aspect of your life, creating a tapestry of abundance that manifests in ways many never consider. When we say you are rich, we're acknowledging a fundamental truth about your existence that transcends monetary measurement. At its core, genuine wealth begins with the richness of experience. Every moment you're alive, you have access to an infinite array of sensory experiences, emotions, and opportunities for growth. This experiential wealth is something that even the financially poorest person on earth possesses, yet many financially wealthy people fail to recognize or appreciate. The ability to feel the warmth of sunlight on your skin, to breathe deeply, to think creatively, and to form meaningful connections with others. These are forms of wealth that money cannot buy. Lesson 1. What you are rich really means beyond just money. Your biological inheritance represents another dimension of wealth that's often overlooked. Your body is an intricate masterpiece of engineering, worth trillions of dollars if we were to attempt to recreate it artificially. Every cell, every organ, every system working in harmony represents a form of wealth that surpasses any monetary value. The mere fact that you possess consciousness and can contemplate your own existence makes you wealthy beyond measure. The wealth of potential within you is another crucial aspect of true richness. Every person carries within them the seeds of countless possibilities, ideas that could transform industries, talents that could inspire millions, and the capacity to create value in unique ways. This potential wealth is like an untapped gold mine, waiting to be discovered and developed. Understanding this innate wealth changes how you approach life and opportunities. Relationships and social connections constitute another form of wealth that's often undervalued in traditional measures of richness. The ability to love and be loved, to form meaningful friendships, to be part of a community, these are treasures that enhance life in ways money alone never could. Every person who cares about you, every connection you've made, represents a form of wealth that appreciates over time rather than deprecates. Knowledge and wisdom represent yet another dimension of wealth that grows rather than diminishes with use. Unlike physical resources that can be depleted, the wealth of understanding expands as it's shared. Every skill you've mastered, every insight you've gained, every lesson you've learned contributes to an intellectual fortune that can never be stolen or lost. The wealth of time is perhaps the most precious form of richness we possess. Each moment is a currency that can be invested in personal growth, relationships, creativity, or whatever we choose. Understanding time as wealth shifts our perspective from scarcity to abundance, recognizing that each new day brings fresh opportunities to create, learn, and grow. Spiritual wealth, whether through religious faith, philosophical understanding, or personal beliefs, provides a richness that sustains people through life's challenges. This inner wealth creates resilience, purpose, and peace that no amount of money can purchase. It's the foundation upon which many other forms of wealth are built. When we truly understand what it means to be rich beyond money, we begin to operate from a position of abundance rather than scarcity. This shift in perspective unlocks opportunities we might otherwise miss and attracts additional forms of wealth into our lives. The awareness of our existing wealth becomes a magnet for more abundance, creating a positive cycle of attraction and growth. This expanded definition of wealth doesn't diminish the importance of financial resources. Rather, it places them in proper context as one component of a much larger picture. When you recognize and appreciate all the dimensions of wealth you already possess, you create a foundation for attracting and maintaining financial abundance that aligns with your complete wealth profile. Lesson 2. The powerful way to say you're rich that attracts more wealth. The words we speak carry immense power, capable of shaping our reality and attracting corresponding experiences into our lives. When it comes to wealth attraction, the specific way you declare your richness matters more than you might realize. This isn't about empty boasting or fake it till you. make it mentality. It's about programming your neural pathways and energetic frequency to align with wealth consciousness. Speaking your wealth into existence requires a precise combination of confidence, gratitude, and present tense affirmation. Instead of saying, "I will be rich" or "I want to be wealthy," anchor yourself in the current moment by declaring, "I am rich," with unwavering conviction. This slight but crucial difference signals to both your subconscious mind and the universe that wealth isn't a future possibility, but a present reality. The vibration of your voice when making these declarations plays a vital role in their effectiveness. Speak with a tone that resonates deep within your chest, allowing the words to fill your entire being. This physical engagement helps embed the affirmation at a cellular level, creating a bodily memory of wealth consciousness. Your nervous system begins to accept this new programming, adjusting your natural behaviors and decisions to align with your wealthy identity. Consider the difference between saying, "I am rich," while hunched over with a quiet, uncertain voice versus standing tall, shoulders back, speaking with clear, confident resonance. The latter creates a powerful energetic signature that attracts corresponding opportunities and resources. This isn't just about the words themselves, but the entire embodied experience of declaring your wealth. Timing also matters when making these declarations. The most potent moments are first thing in the morning and just before sleep, when your subconscious mind is most receptive to new programming. During these times, stand before a mirror, look directly into your own eyes, and speak your wealth affirmations with complete presence and conviction. Watch how your face lights up, how your posture naturally adjusts, and how a subtle smile might appear as you claim your abundant nature. The language patterns you use throughout the day either support or undermine your wealth consciousness. Replace phrases like "I can't afford it" with "I'm choosing to invest my wealth elsewhere." Instead of "That's too expensive," say "I'm exploring the best value for my abundant resources." These subtle shifts maintain the energy of wealth even when making practical financial decisions. Your wealth declarations should extend beyond money to encompass all forms of abundance. Acknowledge the richness in your relationships, experiences, opportunities, and personal growth. This comprehensive approach to declaring wealth creates a more stable and sustainable attraction field, drawing in resources through multiple channels rather than limiting yourself to purely financial means. Practice speaking about your current resources with gratitude and appreciation, regardless of their size. The way you talk about what you already have directly influences what you'll attract more of. Treat every dollar as a seed of greater wealth, every opportunity as a gateway to expansion, and every connection as a potential pathway to abundance. Authentic wealth declaration isn't about impressing others or creating a false image. It's about programming your own consciousness and energy field to resonate with the frequency of abundance. Speak your wealth with privacy and reverence when alone, allowing these moments of declaration to become sacred practices in your wealth attraction journey. As you consistently speak your wealth into existence with proper resonance and conviction, you'll notice subtle shifts in how others respond to you, how opportunities present themselves, and how your own decision-making naturally aligns with wealth creation. Your words become the bridge between your inner wealth consciousness and its outer manifestation, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of abundance. Lesson 3. How to recognize true wealth in someone. Hidden signs. True wealth manifests itself in ways that often escape casual observation. While designer clothes and luxury cars might catch the eye, authentic wealth reveals itself through subtle behavioral patterns and life choices that paint a more accurate picture of someone's true financial and personal abundance. One of the most telling indicators of genuine wealth is a person's relationship with time. Truly, wealthy people value their time immensely and make decisions that reflect this priority. They don't rush from one appointment to another, or constantly check their phones for messages. Instead, they move with deliberate purpose, taking time to engage meaningfully with others and maintaining a sense of presence in their interactions. Another revealing marker is their approach to knowledge and learning. The genuinely wealthy consistently invest in their personal growth, not just through formal education, but through varied experiences and exposure to diverse perspectives. They often maintain extensive libraries, attend workshops, and seek mentorship opportunities, understanding that intellectual capital compounds much like financial investments. The way someone handles setbacks and challenges can also indicate their wealth status. Those who possess true wealth typically demonstrate remarkable emotional resilience. They view obstacles as temporary and approach problems with a solution-oriented mindset rather than becoming overwhelmed by circumstances. This emotional stability often stems from having built strong financial foundations that can weather storms. Listening patterns provide another window into someone's wealth status. Wealthy people tend to be better listeners than speakers in conversations. They ask insightful questions and show genuine interest in others' perspectives, rather than dominating discussions with their own achievements or possessions. This behavior reflects their understanding that valuable information and opportunities often come through listening rather than speaking. Their relationship with material possessions offers additional clues. Contrary to popular belief, truly wealthy people often display a notable lack of attachment to their belongings. They may own quality items, but they wear them comfortably rather than showcasing them. Their purchases are typically thoughtful and value-driven rather than impulsive or status-seeking. The network a person maintains can be particularly telling. Wealthy people often surround themselves with other accomplished people, not for status, but for mutual growth and collaboration. These relationships tend to be deep and long-standing, rather than superficial or purely transactional. They invest time in nurturing these connections and often engage in meaningful philanthropy or community-building initiatives. Decision-making patterns provide another wealth indicator. Those with true wealth typically make decisions with a long-term perspective, considering implications that extend years or even generations into the future. They're less likely to be swayed by short-term gains or temporary discomfort, focusing instead on sustainable growth and lasting impact. Their relationship with money itself offers perhaps the most subtle but significant sign. Truly wealthy people rarely discuss money directly or make it the center of their conversations. They understand that wealth is a tool for creating value and experiencing life, rather than an end in itself. This perspective manifests in their casual comfort around financial matters without the need to prove their status or success to others. The way someone invests their energy can be particularly revealing. Wealthy people tend to focus their efforts on activities that create exponential returns, whether in business, relationships, or personal development. They understand the power of leverage and consistently look for ways to multiply their impact rather than trading time for money in linear exchanges. These markers of true wealth extend far beyond the visible trappings of success that society often focuses on. They represent a deeper understanding of value creation, personal growth, and sustainable abundance that characterizes genuine wealth. By learning to recognize these signs, we can better understand the nature of true wealth and the behaviors that support its development. Lesson 4. The subtle signs that reveal who is truly rich. The art of identifying genuine wealth extends far beyond the obvious markers of expensive cars and designer clothing. True wealth manifests itself in subtle ways that often go unnoticed by the untrained eye. These indicators reveal themselves through behaviors, choices, and an overall approach to life that speaks volumes about someone's financial well-being. One of the most telling signs of true wealth is the quality of attention a person gives to others. Wealthy people tend to be fully present in conversations, showing genuine interest without constantly checking their phones or appearing distracted. This behavior stems from a deep understanding that time is their most valuable asset, and when they choose to spend it with someone, they do so intentionally. The way people handle small expenses often reveals their true financial status. Those who are genuinely wealthy don't feel the need to haggle over minor costs or obsess over small price differences. Instead, they focus on value and quality, making decisions based on what serves them best rather than what costs the least. This doesn't mean they wastefully spend money. Quite the opposite. They make conscious choices about where their money goes, prioritizing experiences and investments that align with their values. Another subtle indicator lies in how people discuss money and success. The truly wealthy rarely talk about their financial achievements or possessions. They don't need to prove their worth to others because they're secure in their position. Instead, they often engage in conversations about ideas, opportunities, and ways to create value for others. Their focus tends to be on growth, learning, and possibility, rather than on displaying their current status. The management of personal energy reveals much about someone's wealth status. Wealthy people often maintain a calm, unhurried demeanor. They don't rush from appointment to appointment or appear overwhelmed by their schedule. This comes from having systems in place that allow them to operate efficiently and delegate effectively. They've learned that preserving their energy is crucial for maintaining and growing their wealth. Physical spaces can also tell a wealth story. The truly rich often maintain clean, organized environments that reflect thoughtful curation rather than excessive accumulation. Their homes and workspaces typically feature quality items that serve a purpose rather than flashy displays of status symbols. This extends to their personal appearance. They tend to favor simple, high-quality clothing over ostentatious brands and logos. The relationship with technology offers another window into true wealth. Wealthy people often maintain a healthy distance from their devices, using them as tools rather than being controlled by them. They're not constantly responding to notifications or sharing their lives on social media. Instead, they use technology intentionally to enhance their productivity and connections. Perhaps most revealing is how wealthy people treat those who can't directly benefit them. They typically show consistent respect and consideration for everyone they encounter, from service staff to colleagues. This behavior stems from an abundance mindset. They don't feel the need to prove their importance by diminishing others. The way someone handles setbacks and challenges often reveals their true financial foundation. Those with genuine wealth tend to maintain their composure during difficult times, approaching problems with a solution, origin problems with a solution, oriented mindset rather than emotional reactivity. They understand that wealth creates a buffer against life's uncertainties, allowing them to respond thoughtfully rather than react desperately. These subtle signs of wealth manifest themselves naturally in those who have achieved true financial abundance. They emerge from a place of security, confidence, and genuine value rather than from a desire to appear wealthy. By understanding and recognizing these indicators, we can better appreciate the authentic nature of wealth and how it shapes human behavior in subtle yet significant ways. Lesson 5. 5 proven ways to make money come to you effortlessly. Money flows naturally to those who understand and implement specific principles of wealth attraction. The first proven way to make money come to you effortlessly is through the creation of automated income streams. This involves setting up systems that generate revenue without your constant involvement. Consider digital products, online courses, or subscription services that continue to sell while you focus on other activities. The key is to invest time up front in creating valuable assets that can generate income perpetually. The second method leverages the power of compound interest through strategic investments. By consistently placing money in well-researched investment vehicles, you allow your wealth to multiply through the miracle of compounding. This could include dividend-paying stocks, index funds, or real estate investments that appreciate over time while providing regular cash flow. The key is to start early and remain patient as your investments grow exponentially. Building strategic partnerships represents the third way to attract money effortlessly. By connecting with others who complement your skills and resources, you can create mutually beneficial relationships that generate wealth for all parties involved. This might involve joint ventures, affiliate marketing arrangements, or business collaborations where each partner contributes unique value to the relationship. The synergy created through these partnerships often leads to opportunities that wouldn't be possible individually. The fourth method involves creating intellectual property that generates royalties. This could be through writing books, creating music, developing patents, or designing products that others license. Once created, these assets continue to generate income without requiring additional effort. The beauty of intellectual property is that it can be licensed multiple times, creating numerous income streams from a single creation. The fifth proven way focuses on developing passive expertise-based income. This involves positioning yourself as an authority in your field and creating systems where your knowledge generates income automatically. This could include creating online training programs, developing automated consulting systems, or building a personal brand that attracts opportunities. The key is to package your expertise in a way that scales without requiring your direct involvement. These methods work because they align with natural wealth principles. They leverage the power of systems, multiplication, and value creation. Instead of trading time for money, these approaches create assets that work independently to generate wealth. The key is to implement these strategies systematically, allowing each to build upon the others. Understanding these principles isn't enough. Implementation is crucial. Start by selecting one method that resonates with your skills and resources. Focus on building that income stream until it becomes stable and truly passive. Once established, move on to implementing another method while maintaining the first. This layered approach creates multiple streams of effortless income that compound over time. Effortless doesn't mean instant or without initial effort. These methods require careful planning, strategic implementation, and patience. The effort invested upfront pays dividends through long-term passive income. Think of it as planting seeds that grow into money trees, providing continuous harvest with minimal ongoing maintenance. Success with these methods also requires maintaining the right mindset. Approach each strategy with confidence and certainty in its effectiveness. Your belief in the process helps attract the right opportunities and maintain the persistence needed for long-term success. As you implement these proven ways, you'll notice money naturally flowing into your life with increasing ease and frequency. The true power of these methods lies in their combination. When implemented together, they create a robust wealth generation system that continues to grow and evolve. This systematic approach to wealth creation allows you to build financial abundance while maintaining freedom and flexibility in your life. As these systems mature, you'll experience the reality of money truly coming to you effortlessly. Lesson 6. Can you really buy time with money? The surprising truth? Time and money have long been intertwined in our understanding of wealth and success. The age-old question of whether money can truly buy time reveals fascinating insights into how we value both resources. At first glance, it might seem impossible to purchase something as intangible as time, yet wealthy people have discovered numerous ways to leverage their financial resources to expand their temporal capabilities. The relationship between time and money operates on multiple levels. When you invest in time-saving solutions, you're essentially purchasing additional hours in your day. This could mean hiring a housekeeping service, employing a personal assistant, or utilizing premium services that expedite everyday tasks. These investments free up precious hours that can be redirected toward more valuable activities, whether that's growing your wealth, pursuing personal interests, or spending time with loved ones. Modern technology has revolutionized our ability to buy time. Digital solutions, automation tools, and artificial intelligence have created unprecedented opportunities to multiply our temporal resources. Wealthy people often leverage these technologies to handle routine tasks, manage investments, and streamline business operations. This technological leverage represents a sophisticated form of time purchase, where initial financial investment yields ongoing temporal returns. The concept of opportunity cost plays a crucial role in understanding how money can buy time. When you're wealthy, you can choose to outsource lower-value activities and focus on high-impact endeavors. This strategic allocation of time and resources often leads to exponential returns, both financially and personally. For instance, a business owner who delegates administrative tasks can focus on strategic planning and relationship building, activities that typically generate significantly more value. Transportation offers another clear example of how money can purchase time. Private jets, luxury cars with drivers, and premium travel services allow wealthy people to reclaim hours that would otherwise be spent waiting in lines or navigating traffic. While these services require substantial financial investment, they provide tangible temporal benefits that can transform how efficiently one moves through the world. The ability to buy time extends beyond practical services into the realm of health and longevity. Wealthy people can invest in premium healthcare, preventive treatments, and wellness programs that potentially extend their lifespan and improve their quality of life. This represents perhaps the most fundamental way that money can purchase time, by potentially adding years to one's life through superior medical care and lifestyle options. However, the relationship between time and money isn't always straightforward. Paradoxically, the pursuit of wealth can consume time in ways that counteract its benefits. Many wealthy people find themselves trapped in a cycle of constant work, unable to enjoy the very time they're theoretically buying. This highlights the importance of maintaining balance and understanding that the true value of purchasing time lies in how you use those extra hours. Education and skill development represent another dimension of buying time. When you can afford top-tier training, mentorship, and educational resources, you can often achieve mastery more quickly than those who must learn through trial and error. This acceleration of learning and development effectively compresses time, allowing you to advance more rapidly in your chosen field. The psychological aspect of buying time cannot be overlooked. When you feel confident in your ability to leverage money for time-saving solutions, it creates a sense of expanded possibilities and reduced stress. This mental shift often leads to better decision-making and more effective use of both time and money, creating a positive feedback loop that enhances overall wealth and well-being. Understanding the true relationship between time and money allows you to make more strategic decisions about how you invest both resources. While money can't literally buy more hours in the day, it can dramatically impact how effectively you use the time you have. The key lies in recognizing that time and money are both tools for creating the life you desire, and learning to leverage them together can lead to extraordinary results. Lesson 7. The one-time listening experience that activates wealth. The human brain possesses remarkable capabilities to create lasting change through singular, powerful experiences. This phenomenon, known as one-trial learning, forms the foundation of the wealth activation listening experience. When you engage in this carefully crafted audio session, you're tapping into your brain's natural ability to form instant, permanent neural connections that can transform your financial reality. The wealth activation listening experience works by combining specific audio frequencies, carefully chosen words, and precise timing to create what neuroscientists call a peak state. During this state, your brain becomes highly receptive to new programming, similar to how a computer accepts new software updates. The difference is that this programming directly influences your wealth consciousness. This single listening session incorporates 3 key elements that make it extraordinarily effective. First, it uses binaural beats at the optimal frequency for neural plasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. Second, it delivers wealth-affirming messages at precisely timed intervals that correspond with your brain's natural rhythm of information processing. Third, it creates a unique auditory environment that triggers the release of neurochemicals associated with positive change and growth. When you experience this wealth activation session, you'll notice immediate shifts in your perception of money and abundance. Many people report feeling a sudden expansion in their sense of possibility and potential. This isn't merely a temporary emotional lift. It represents actual changes in neural pathways that govern your relationship with wealth. The listening experience activates specific regions in your brain associated with abundance, including the prefrontal cortex, which handles complex decision-making and future planning. It also stimulates the anterior cingulate cortex, responsible for emotional regulation and motivation. These brain areas work together to create new patterns of thinking and behavior aligned with wealth creation. During the session, you'll encounter what's known as the wealth activation moment, a specific point where various audio elements converge to create a powerful shift in consciousness. This moment is designed to bypass your conscious mind's usual filters and directly implant new wealth-supporting beliefs into your subconscious. The experience feels different for everyone. Some describe it as a sudden clarity, others as a sudden clarity, others as a warm wave of certainty about their financial future. The beauty of this one-time listening experience lies in its permanence. Unlike traditional affirmations or visualization exercises that require constant repetition, this single session creates lasting neural changes. It's similar to how you never forget how to ride a bicycle once you've learned. Once these wealth-supporting neural pathways are established, they become a permanent part of your mental framework. What makes this approach particularly powerful is its effortlessness. You don't need to concentrate, analyze, or even fully understand what's happening. Your brain naturally responds to the carefully calibrated audio stimuli, making the necessary adjustments to your wealth consciousness automatically. This passive process allows for deeper, more fundamental changes than conscious effort alone could achieve. The wealth activation listening experience also triggers what neuroscientists call metacognitive programming. It changes not just your thoughts about wealth, but how you think about wealth. This higher-order transformation affects everything from your daily financial decisions to your long-term wealth-building strategies. Participants often report spontaneously generating new money-making ideas or noticing previously invisible opportunities in the days following their listening session. To maximize the benefits of this one-time experience, create an environment free from distractions when you listen. Use high-quality headphones to ensure you receive the full spectrum of audio frequencies. Choose a time when you're naturally relaxed but alert, typically mid-morning or early evening. Remember, this isn't about forcing yourself into a particular state. It's about allowing the carefully designed audio experience to work its transformative effects on your wealth consciousness naturally and effortlessly. Lesson 8. Why feeling rich changes your financial reality instantly. The connection between emotions and financial reality is far more powerful than most people realize. When you genuinely feel rich, you activate a cascade of neurological and psychological responses that begin reshaping your external circumstances immediately. This isn't merely positive thinking. It's a scientifically backed phenomenon that creates measurable changes in your behavior, decision-making, and the opportunities that present themselves to you. When you embody the feeling of being rich, your brain releases specific neurotransmitters that enhance your cognitive function, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. This elevated state allows you to recognize opportunities that may have always been present, but remained invisible to you before. Your enhanced awareness combines with increased confidence, leading you to take actions that wealthy people naturally take. The feeling of richness also transforms your physical presence. Your posture improves, your voice carries more authority, and your body language projects success. These subtle but significant changes influence how others perceive and interact with you. Business partners, colleagues, and potential investors unconsciously pick up on these cues and are more likely to trust your judgment and support your ventures. Your decision-making patterns shift when you feel wealthy. Instead of operating from a scarcity mindset that focuses on avoiding losses, you begin making choices from a position of abundance. This leads to considering investments rather than expenses, looking at long-term benefits rather than short-term costs, and taking calculated risks instead of playing it safe. These altered decision patterns create new financial trajectories that align with your wealthy self-image. The feeling of richness also affects your relationship with money itself. Rather than viewing money as a scarce resource that must be hoarded, You begin to see it as a flowing energy that moves through your life. This shift in perspective allows you to maintain a healthy balance between saving and spending, investing, and enjoying. You become more comfortable with larger numbers and higher stakes decisions, which naturally leads to increased financial opportunities. Your social network begins to transform when you genuinely feel rich. You naturally gravitate toward others who share your abundance mindset, and they in turn are drawn to your energy. These connections often lead to valuable opportunities, partnerships, and insights that wouldn't be available in circles dominated by scarcity thinking. The wealthy tend to associate with other wealthy people, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of abundance. The feeling of richness also impacts your professional performance. When you feel wealthy, you're more likely to ask for what you're worth, negotiate better terms, and pursue advancement opportunities. Your work quality often improves because you're operating from a place of confidence rather than desperation. This enhanced performance typically leads to increased income, whether through raises, promotions, or successful business ventures. Your spending habits naturally align with wealth when you feel rich. Rather than making impulsive purchases to temporarily feel abundant, you make strategic decisions that maintain and grow your wealth. You become more interested in assets that appreciate rather than depreciating consumer goods. This shift in spending behavior creates a solid foundation for lasting financial growth. The feeling of richness also influences your creativity and innovation. When you feel wealthy, your mind is free to explore possibilities rather than being consumed by financial worries. This mental space often leads to innovative ideas, unique solutions, and creative approaches to generating wealth. Many successful businesses and investments have emerged from this state of abundant thinking. Your relationship with time changes when you feel rich. Instead of trading time for money in a linear fashion, you begin to think in terms of leverage and multiplication. This shift leads to seeking ways to create value that can be scaled or automated, ultimately generating more wealth with less direct time investment. The wealthy understand that time is their most precious resource, and feeling rich helps you naturally align with this principle. The instantaneous change in your financial reality when you feel rich isn't magical thinking. It's a practical transformation of your entire approach to life and money. By maintaining this feeling consistently, you create a new normal that your external circumstances gradually align with through changed behaviors, decisions, and opportunities. Lesson 9. The Wealth Activation Sound Frequency That Works While You Sleep. The power of sound has been recognized throughout human history as a transformative force, and modern science is now validating what ancient cultures have long known about the influence of specific frequencies on our consciousness. When it comes to activating wealth consciousness while you sleep, certain sound frequencies have shown remarkable potential in rewiring our subconscious mind for abundance. The human brain operates at different frequencies throughout the day and night, with specific brainwave patterns associated with various states of consciousness. During sleep, our brain becomes particularly receptive to external stimuli, even though we're not consciously aware of it. This receptivity creates an ideal opportunity to introduce wealth-activating frequencies that can work on our subconscious mind. Scientific research has identified specific frequency ranges that correspond to different mental states and manifestation potentials. The theta wave frequency range between 47 Hz is particularly powerful for wealth activation during sleep. This frequency range naturally occurs during deep meditation and the early stages of sleep, making it an ideal carrier wave for wealth programming. When combined with binaural beats technology, these frequencies become even more effective. Binaural beats work by playing slightly different frequencies in each ear, creating a third frequency in the brain that helps induce specific mental states. For wealth activation, a base frequency of 432 high Z combined with wealth-specific binaural beats has shown impressive results in experimental studies. The most effective wealth activation sound frequencies incorporate multiple layers of sound. The foundation typically consists of the carrier frequency, overlaid with nature sounds that evoke feelings of abundance, such as flowing water or gentle rain. These natural sounds are then infused with specific wealth affirmations, encoded at a subtle level that your subconscious mind can process during sleep. To use these frequencies effectively, it's important to create the right environment for sleep programming. The room should be at a comfortable temperature, and the sound should be played at a volume that's just barely audible. The frequencies work best when played continuously throughout the night, ideally through comfortable headphones designed for sleep use. The wealth activation process begins as soon as you enter the alpha state, just before falling asleep. During this time, your brain becomes increasingly receptive to the frequency patterns, allowing them to bypass your conscious mind's critical filters and access your subconscious directly. As you progress through different sleep stages, the frequencies continue to work, creating new neural pathways associated with wealth and abundance. These sound frequencies work on multiple levels simultaneously. They help release limiting beliefs about money during deep sleep phases, while simultaneously implanting new, empowering beliefs about wealth and abundance. The process is gentle but profound, often leading to noticeable changes in your wealth consciousness within a few weeks of consistent use. Many users report experiencing more abundant thoughts and opportunities during their waking hours after using these frequencies. They often notice an increased awareness of wealth-building opportunities and feel more naturally aligned with abundant thinking patterns. Some even report experiencing prophetic dreams about financial opportunities or solutions to money-related challenges. The effectiveness of wealth activation frequencies is enhanced when combined with proper sleep hygiene and intentional wealth consciousness practices during waking hours. Regular use of these frequencies helps create a bridge between your conscious wealth-building efforts and your subconscious programming, accelerating your journey to financial abundance. The science behind sleep-based wealth activation continues to evolve, with new research revealing increasingly sophisticated ways to use sound for consciousness transformation. As technology advances, the precision and effectiveness of these frequencies continue to improve, making them an increasingly powerful tool for anyone serious about developing their wealth consciousness while they sleep. Lesson 10. How your brain processes "you are rich" and creates it in reality. The human brain is a remarkable wealth-creating machine that operates on principles far more sophisticated than most people realize. When you encounter the phrase "you are rich," your brain initiates a complex series of neural processes that can literally reshape your financial reality. This transformation begins in the prefrontal cortex, where your conscious mind first processes these words, but quickly spreads to deeper regions responsible for belief systems and behavior patterns. Your brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons, each capable of forming thousands of connections, creating a vast network that determines how you perceive and interact with money. When you consistently expose yourself to the concept of being rich, you activate specific neural pathways that strengthen over time through a process called neuroplasticity. This is why repeated exposure to wealth, affirming thoughts, actually changes your brain's physical structure. The amygdala, your brain's emotional center, plays a crucial role in this process. When you genuinely believe in your wealth, it releases neurotransmitters that create positive emotional associations with money. This emotional programming influences your decision-making processes, leading you to naturally identify and pursue wealth-building opportunities that previously might have gone unnoticed. Your reticular activating system, ROS, serves as a filtering mechanism that brings relevant wealth-creating opportunities into your conscious awareness. Once programmed with the belief you are rich, your RAS begins scanning your environment for resources, connections, and opportunities aligned with this belief. This explains why wealthy people seem to attract money. Their brains are literally wired to notice and act upon profitable situations. The power of visualization in wealth creation stems from your brain's inability to distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. When you imagine yourself as wealthy, your brain activates the same neural circuits used when experiencing actual wealth. This mental rehearsal strengthens the neural pathways, associated with wealth-building behaviors and decision-making patterns. Your brain's mirror neuron system enables you to learn wealth-building behaviors by observing others. When you surround yourself with wealthy people or study their habits, these neurons fire as if you were performing those same actions, helping you internalize successful financial patterns. This biological mechanism explains why mentorship and modeling successful people can accelerate your wealth creation journey. The brain's theta waves, particularly active during relaxation and meditation, play a vital role in programming your wealth consciousness. These waves allow direct access to your subconscious mind, where your core beliefs about money reside. By engaging in wealth-focused meditation or listening to wealth activation frequencies during these theta-dominant states, you can more effectively reprogram your monetary beliefs. Your brain's neurochemistry changes as you embrace the identity of being rich. Dopamine releases associated with financial success create a positive feedback loop, motivating you to engage in more wealth-building activities. Serotonin levels increase as you experience the social recognition that often accompanies wealth, further reinforcing your wealthy identity. Understanding this neurological process allows you to consciously participate in your brain's wealth creation programming. Regular practices like wealth affirmations, visualization exercises, and immersion in wealth-focused environments aren't just feel-good activities. They're scientifically backed methods for restructuring your neural pathways toward abundance. The brain processes "you are rich" as a command for reality creation, not just a simple phrase. Through the interaction of various neural networks, including the default mode network responsible for self-referential thinking, your brain begins to align your actions, decisions, and opportunities with this new wealthy identity. This neurological alignment creates a self-fulfilling prophecy, where your brain's belief in wealth actually generates the conditions necessary for financial abundance in your external reality.